Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg, and today we're going to be playing with the Bella Beaute Bar Unoriginal Nudes palette. Sorry, my ring light's always super reflective on the packaging, but yeah, we are going to finally dig into this beauty. I have been wanting to play with it for a little while now, but just other palettes, as per your guys' demands, have taken priority, but I'm now more caught up, and I feel like this was next on the list, so we're going to finally get into this. So if you want to get a look inside, which I'm sure you've already seen it, but we'll take a look inside anyways, and see what look I create, then just keep on watching. All right, here it is. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So when this beauty came out, I also ordered two other palettes. Their previous release before this, which was Ocean Jewel, and then one of their older ones, Smoky Glam, just because I really wanted to get a few palettes in this style, get more shades in their formula, because I've just really been enjoying the brand. And yeah, when this one came out, I just knew it was a neutral palette. I'm not a huge neutral palette girly, but it just seemed like something with the specialness of the shimmers that would just be really up my alley and a good one for my collection. So as you can see, it's definitely very much a neutral palette. It's interesting as for all the names, all of the matte shades are just numbered like 1 to 12, because I guess there's 12 mattes, saying Unoriginal Nude, and then Unoriginal Nude 1, Unoriginal Nude 2, so on and so forth. And then the shimmers have their own names, aside from a couple of them. There's three of them. There's one that's Token Shimmer 1, Token Shimmer 2, and Token Shimmer 3. And then the other ones have other names. So yeah, that is kind of the gist of that. But yeah, I just think the tones are really pretty. I think there's some nice warmth, some nice coolness, a good range in, you know, light to dark, which is always great. So I cannot wait to create something with this. I feel like this would be like a go-to glam or even like everyday eyeshadow palette. This would be a real staple one to have in your collection. Anyways, I think that is about it. We're gonna just zoom you on in and get started on a look. Okay, so I'm sure you could imagine we're gonna go kind of glam with this. I thought at first I'd do like a structured cut crease, but I think I just want to do something where it's just very like dark and smoky in the outer corner, probably a little bit of matte dragged through the crease, but not too much, and then just like really play with some of the shimmers on the lid. So that's where I think we're gonna go with this right now. So I'm gonna start off with, like I normally do, the deepest shade, and that is an Unoriginal Nude 12, which I believe is a black. As per usual, I have not swatched this before creating the look, so I may not exactly have a full grasp on what all the shades are, but this seems very obviously like a black. Very beautiful one at that. So I'm like dabbing, placing down, bringing it pretty much all the way in, because I really want the lash line to be nice and dark. And we're gonna like cover that area with shimmers eventually anyways, but and then just kind of winging it out. Actually picking up a brush with like no product on it. All right, and then I want to go in with this gray, which is Unoriginal Nude 11. And now grabbing this on a blending brush. We're just gonna start working that up. Over in this area, we're not gonna like bring that over all the way in. And just put a little bit and really start blending out. Ooh, really nice and smoky. I like it. Right, and then I want to add a little bit of pinkiness to this, so we're going to go into this nice like blushy pink tone here called Unoriginal Nude 7. I really love that they have like this gray and pink in here because it's like it allows you to like do something different than just being like, oh, I'm going to do like a brown neutral look. You can really do some different stuff. And just fluffing this all throughout the crease in the front here. Blend it into the gray. And we'll like be dragging the shimmer around a lot too, so I'm gonna be careful not to make it like hopefully too muddy or anything like that, but also we'll be covering it up to a degree also, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, and I just went in with some NYX glitter glue on my finger and just kind of put it all over the lid. And I think we're going to first go in with this shimmer here, which is called Replicate. And I'm just going to pick that up with my finger. We're going to start putting this more towards like the outer side of the lid because it's, I think, the deepest shimmer that we're going to go in with. Oh my gosh. Wow. Like, it's not my first time using Bella Beaute Bar shadows, so I'm not exactly like shocked at how epic this is, but at the same time, every time I'm just like, wow, wow. All right, and then for the inner part of the lid, we're gonna go in with, I'm just trying to make sure I'm pointing to the right one, this one here, which is Token Shimmer 2. Sort of like a baby doll pink. At least in the pan. I feel like on the lid it's coming across a bit more silvery. I like putting shimmers on, especially if I'm not doing anything structured with my finger. But at the same time, it also sometimes is really hard to get like into that area with it. In person, I don't know. Actually, now that I look at it, maybe I do. I was gonna say, like, they seem to blend into each other quite a bit. I can't necessarily, I feel at first glance, I don't know if I'd be able to tell that I used two different shimmers, but that's just my thoughts on that. All right, before we put a shimmer on the inner corner, I'm gonna do the lower lash. All I did was go in with some Melt Cosmetics Onyx. Is it Onyx? I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of the gel liner. And it's so short now that I can't read it anymore. But it's just like their black gel liner. And I'm just taking a small definer brush and that Unoriginal Nude 12, which is the black. We're just going to run that all along the lower lash. And I'm actually going to jump back in with our first brush and a little bit more of that Unoriginal Nude 12, the black, and just gonna stamp it on the outer corner. Just like look at the difference between touching that up and not. I feel like it just blends everything better and just like re-intensifies any lost saturation and depth from the black from putting the other shades. But just helps everything blend. And then I'm taking that shade that, the brush that we used for Unoriginal Nude 11, which was the gray, and I'm gonna try, famous last words, I dipped like the tip of it back into like that Unoriginal Nude 11 shade, but I'm just trying to like mostly just use the brush with like any leftover pigment just to slightly blend everything out. I don't want anything crazy. All right, and then now that we've got the lower lash done, I'm gonna go in with Token Shimmer 1. And I'm gonna put that on my pinky and place that on the inner corner. All right, I think that is pretty much the look. I'm gonna add like some probably liquid liner, the lashes, a lip, and then we will be back to show you everything all finished. So be right back. All right, here is the finished look. I just love how this turned out. Very smoky, glam, and fun. I couldn't resist. I added some little jewels. Nothing like too intense, but just a little extra something to sparkle it up a bit more. Chemise lashes on the eyes. What I'm using regularly right now. And then for the lips, I went in with a combo of some new products that I got. So I grabbed some, I think 4 out of the 5. Well, I grabbed 4 and I think there's 5 total new shades that Unearthly had come out with not too long ago in their lip liner line, which if you know, you know that I absolutely adore this lip liner formula. And so I have most of the shades that they have aside from a couple. And I just absolutely adore it. So I went in with the shade Doom for the lip liner, and then I comboed it with one of the cream lipsticks that they've come out with in collaboration with Courtney Quarantine, and this is the shade Lore, which is just this really awesome bluey gray. Just a lot of fun, beautiful, love it. And I just thought, I don't know, I thought it worked with everything. But yeah, and also if you're interested in seeing the other lip liner shades, both on their own and in combination with Lore, I did up a little TikTok that should hopefully already be up on my TikTok account, if not coming soon, and that is Spooky Mama Glam if you want to check out on there. But yeah, that is the finished look. Really loving this, so much fun. Definitely, you know, quality, you know, shadows as I expected. I didn't, you know, think that it would be anything different. And I definitely think that you could probably create some really just stunning glam looks. And like, you know, something a bit different too. Like I said, like, you know, I went with like the gray and the pink. And so it's definitely not your just normal like neutral kind of look that you'd think from a nudes palette. So I don't know. I thought it was awesome. Color story that they came out with, and a lot of fun, and I enjoyed playing with it. So that's that. If you liked the video, I greatly appreciate if you get a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, stick around for more. I do have lots of other palettes lined up, including one more from Bella Beaute Barks. As I mentioned, I also grabbed the Smoky Lamb palette. And then I've also recently had a couple of Nomad Cosmetic palettes that I ordered in their recent anniversary sale come in that I also need to play with. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!